Alright, so this is definitely probably going to turn out to be more of a rant than a formal review, but with episode 4 of Psycho Pass 2, just to formally get out of the way, I want to say I really enjoyed the episode. It was amazing across the board, all the formal aspects were great. The animation is really hitting its stride at this point, and it's dope. But let's get into it. So much content in this episode, so much content, and so many things going on that I like to see, and there's a couple things that are bothering me right now. I hope I can remember to touch on everything. First of all, first thing I need to say right now is that I fucks with the homie Kamui right now. While I still believe wholeheartedly that he'll never surpass Makishima in my eyes, because Makishima is just a tier 1 incredible antagonist that I just love Makishima so much that nothing can surpass him. But what Kamui is doing is more noble in a sense for me than what Makishima was doing, in that Kamui is doing something that it seems that Akane has forgotten what the real problem here is. Like, Akane's gotten too accustomed to sitting back in her inspector role, and she's chasing after Kamui, and that's why I'm getting at what Kamui was saying to her when she's like, I thought you would understand, Inspector. But at the beginning, in the first episode, or second episode, I believe it was, but you know, she's forgotten that Sybil is the real fucking issue here. And this episode points to so many flaws in this society. So many flaws that at the end of the day, you can't say that you know, law enforcement is just at this point. You can't say that the inspectors were just. You cannot say that justice is being served in this entire situation. And though, you know, Kamui is not necessarily going about this in, you know, an ethically correct way, and the dude that he had there, while I liked some of the things he was espousing, because it's the damn truth, still doesn't change the fact he's a crazy fucking mass murderer who's going in and fucking slaying people left and right. But it's getting to the real crux of the issue here, and there's, with the whole what color thing and challenging society, there's no more time to turn a blind eye, especially for Akane. It seems as though Akane is really forgotten, because she hasn't mentioned Sybil really once. She hasn't seemed to really be thinking about going against Sybil like she said she would one day. She went at the end of season 1 where she's like, one day I will take you guys down. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So, first thing I want to talk about though is Mika. Fucking still hate Mika. She's just too fucking cocky, too annoying, too much of a blind follower of Sybil that, and it's not really her fault. She just naive, does not know, and Sybil has everyone so wrapped around their fucking finger that it's just ridiculous. Chief Kaiser just sitting back like, haha, fucking urban myths of eustress syndrome or whatever. Like, no, fuck that urban myth. Fucking Mika's sitting there. I was just pissed because Mika's like, yo, like, eustress, oh my god, why am I tripping over this word so much? Eustress syndrome, that shit's bullshit. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? Eustress isn't a real thing? Are you fucking kidding me? And, you know, just the way she was going about saying certain things, I was just like, yo, Mika, like, you just don't know. Like, you really just don't know, and you're stopping fucking Hanekawa from following Akane's orders and shit. Like, come on, what are you doing? And I like how by the end of this episode, it seems like she's starting to open her eyes to what, you know, Akane's philosophy and what's going on here, the crux of the issue. Because this dude went in, and I felt so bad for Ayanagi in this episode. I felt so bad, and I respected her so much because she went in, she was like, fuck this Dominator. It shows so many problems with Sybil. You see that the Dominator is capricious, and this is Kamui's whole experiment, and showing how fucking flawed society is for this fucking hostage situation to turn out this way, where the inspectors slay all the fucking hostages. Shit is crazy. Shit is absolutely insane, and, you know, I loved how Ayanagi was just like, fuck this, grabs the shard of glass and just goes in. She's like, fuck the Dominator, this isn't even happening anymore. And she had it under control. If it weren't for that new long-range fucking sniper rifle Dominator that looked beast as fuck in terms of design, it was pretty cool. But they took her out. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And this is how they blindly follow these crime coefficients. It's been something that's been, you know, an issue in Psycho Pass since season 1 for a long time. But this episode just blatantly shows it to the entire world of Psycho Pass in terms of society with this one incident. And of course, Chief Kaisen is probably going to cover it up by blocking all the media drugs and everything like that, but you can't turn a blind eye to this. This inspector that was leading the investigation was killed. all the hostages, as they ran out, were killed. And you see Ayanagi, before she died, even recognized it. The Dominator is so flawed. You pointed at this one man who's fucking clearly insane, killing people, and just because he's able to manage his stress, even though he hasn't, and these people are being stressed out by this extremely violent, crazy situation, that their hue is getting clouded, and they're basically in the crime coefficient range for enforcement, shit is ridiculous. Shit is absolutely so flawed. I can't believe that people just can't blatantly see how fucked up Sybil is right now. And it pisses me off that Akane is just not getting to the crux of this issue and has not mentioned it. And is so focused on finding Kamui that she still has yet to address this. Yes, finding Kamui is dead as important because he's fucking shit up. He really is on a rampage here. He's doing fucked up shit. While he does have a noble sort of cause and he is trying to free people from Sybil, which I do agree with him on, that's not going about it in a correct, morally way. So Akane, I'm conflicted with her character right now. As long as she gets her act together and goes after Sibyl like she said she was going to, we'll be straight. I think it's going to take Kougami coming back for us to get on the right path, honestly, and we'll see what Togane is going to be doing in that regard as well. But Kamui is just going in, fucking manipulates everybody at the scene. He has his hollow, so he's there and observing everything firsthand, gets out unscathed. The man that he set up to do this ends up dying, and the dude had eustress syndrome, and I'm just like, yes, this fucking eustress is a perfectly valid concern, another flaw that the Sybil society has created in that, and we've seen that since the first season. But the thing about it is, like, for everybody to not believe in such a thing, and I agree with that man, even though he was a psychopath, killing a bunch of people in this hostage situation, I agree with him that stress, yes, is a sign that you're alive, and to kill it completely with drugs and whatnot is completely wrong. If you are no longer feeling emotion and stress, that's a problem. And it also confirmed with what he was doing with that little inhaler shit that I don't think he's on the Lacrosse. I think the Lacrosse, everybody else is taking in society, and that's helping to manage their hue. And Kamui is definitely not utilizing the Lacrosse. That's what this episode proved to me. But he does have some other method to manage their crime coefficient and skirt the Sybil system, skirt the Dominators, manipulate the Dominators to his own accord. I can't wait to see what happens to that. I can't wait to see how it develops. I need Akane to step up and go back to warring against Sybil. While, you know, she can still go after Kamui with Saiga and whatnot. She can still track him down. I'm sure that once they actually meet face to face, that's just going to even lead to more going after Sybil. But there's two things that need to be done in this season right now. Kamui needs to be stopped, yes, but they need to address his concerns, and Sybil needs to be fucking dismantled. I want to see that at the end of the season or in the movie. At some point, Sybil needs to go down, because that's the one thing at the end of season 1 that's left unfinished. Sybil. And everybody's just blindly living within it again like nothing's happened. Even Akane. Even Akane is just not addressing it. That's the problem. Everybody else's eyes, especially Mika, I think, were open with this incident. And we'll just see where it goes from here. I don't think this was a very coherent review. Too many things going on in Psycho Pass right now. Let me know your thoughts, any theories that you may have, and I'm out. Peace.